Hey, folks, there we go. This meeting is being live streamed, so we are in. Folks, my name is Kurt Von Onen. Welcome to the Mañana morning check-in. And today it is a business topic, completely business, in fact. I spent some time this morning with someone who is brilliant. She has a thriving coaching business. She has online courses and things like that. And you hear me talk about membership and learning sites and things that are my specialty. And so as I'm talking to her, she's accomplished in this way, tens of thousands of followers on YouTube and all of these things. But our conversation was focused on marketing. And I have a marketing background and I do public relations and marketing and social interactions and all of these things. And so we were having this conversation. And it was interesting to me. A lot of folks believe, and I want to be careful how I say this because after all, I am posting this on YouTube, and they have Google ads, Facebook has Facebook ads, LinkedIn has LinkedIn marketing material. There's all of these things where we can pay to put our message in front of people, and then there's the organic stuff, that what I'm doing now. If you're seeing this now, this is an organic attempt to build readership, build followership. And with that said, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, bing, bing, bing. But when I talk to business people, and today was not a one-off, so that's kind of why I'm discussing it now. When I talk to folks, they'll say, well, I got a Facebook, but I don't really use it. I've been on Twitter. I don't really understand it. I make tons of whatever. So I make tons of blog posts, or I make tons of YouTube videos, or I make tons of, there's always something that they're somewhat strong in. And then there's these voids, these vacancies. And then the topic comes up, especially with a new startup or a new product or, a new vertical stream that's introduced to a business. So let's say that your business was, public speaking, coaching, and then you want to add like online courses. Well, those online courses are the new vertical stream, right? That's the thing that you want to promote. So you want to maintain your strength with the speaking and the coaching, but now you want to put more energy into building this new vertical column. And so when I talk to folks that are in this process, things come up like, how many Facebook ads should I buy? What should my budget be for Google ads? What should my, and it comes up. And I think people are surprised at my response. Now, everyone's got their own way of doing this stuff. And so I'm sure that this is contrarian to some, and some people might, comment or have something different to say. And that's okay. I just ask that you be respectful if you do this. I'm like, picture you're building a house. Okay. And so you're building the house, and you want to have a good cornerstone to build your foundation. From that foundation, we're going to start to structure in and frame out some walls, right? And then as we build plumbing, electrical, drywall, decor, paint, window coverings. So think about, a house getting built. Think about walking through a Home Depot. Home Depot starts with building materials at one end, and it goes all the way through the steps of building a house until you get to gardening on the outside. So the reason I bring this up is, and I'm taking a long time to get here, so I'll get to it. When I see people put thousands of dollars into Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, things like that, before having a solid foundation and structure built, I generally see a waste of expenditure. And so I just want to kind of throw that out there, because people are asking these questions, and I don't see a lot of people just being blunt and saying it the way that they may have experienced it. They'll say, oh, well, you got to take a look at your copy, or we got to do some A/B testing on graphics, or we need to, and keep in mind that these people are generally making some kind of money or kickback or, a metric, on top of what you're spending for those ads. So, they're going to want to see you go for it, see you do it. I don't tend to be that way. I tend, when I have a marketing customer, I want to say, hey, let's take a look at where you're at. If this was a house building project, are you still working on the foundation? Do you have the foundation and the walls up? Do you have the foundation, the walls, and the plumbing, run through? Do you got drywall on this thing already? Are we already doing like wallpaper and paint and trim? Like where are we at? If I spend thousands of dollars on Facebook ads to build your list, let's say that that's our goal, right? We're going to build your list. Do you have somewhere to forward that list while the vibe is hot? Do you have a property? Do you have something done to swing them into it and utilize what I call a circle of communication? Is it ready? If it's not ready, your timing's off. And you want to make sure that when you spend money, that the timing is right. And when I say a circle of communication, when I talk to people, I say, hey, think about that recycling icon that's on the side of your milk jug or the side of your Pepsi bottle or whatever. We've all seen that, the circle with the arrows in it. And now picture each one of those arrows is another one of your properties. So you could have a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, a website, and commerce or blogs or something. And the goal is, and it sounds mean to manipulate people like this, but this is the goal. The goal is you want to take someone that sees a YouTube video that bounces them to your website, that has them check in on your Facebook page to join your community, that goes and looks at some swag that's for sale, buy a coffee mug with your logo on it or something, right? And then head back to that. Hey, did you see the latest thing on YouTube? Here's the details on the website. Here's the blog post that goes with the details, and more swag. And you keep them going in this thing. It's an online course. It's a free lesson. It's and your lead magnets need to do the same thing. So when you have a lead magnet that says, hey, take this free course, it's not just like, take this free course, click, here's the course. It's like, take this free course, click, submit your email, join the list, confirm your email, get access to the course. As they're taking the course, it peppers them over to your YouTube channel, where you encourage them to subscribe to your YouTube channel, which then refers people out to your Facebook page or back to your blog. And you just keep that going. I say it like it's simple. It's not simple. It takes a lot of thought and a lot of construction. If I'm using the home example, it takes a lot of construction to build those links services to keep those things going in the direction that you want. Now, once you got the lipstick on the pig, once you have all of your foundations in place, once you have everything there and the wallpaper and then the paint and the trim, once that's done and you have somewhere to put people, if you're looking to add people, and you think paid ads are the way to go, well, let's do some A/B testing. Let's take a look at changing out the graphic for different audiences or different demographics. With Facebook ads, you can really get into some minutia, and you can really start to pinpoint who your avatar is or who you believe your avatar is, that to help you build that. And when you have something that you can shuffle those people into, it's ready made. It's ready for the community. You're good to go. Now, as that community grows and the demand grows, then you start looking at, okay, well, do I need to add some social learning to my courses? Do I need to add a feature for like one-on-one coaching? When your group grows, sometimes people feel lost in the mix. So then you have the opportunity to say, hey, for VIP members, we can offer one-on-one coaching or small group coaching in live VIP Zoom rooms. And you can do all kinds of stuff. But again, you have to have the structure in place. And so I just wanted to cover it the way that I'm doing here, because it's come up multiple times in the last month where people have said, I want to launch this new course, or I want to launch this new product. And Kurt, in your experience, what would you do? And I coach them. I give them these concepts, these ideas. And, in some cases, they hire me to run it for them, which is great. That's awesome. I love the work. But I also want to make sure that when I'm working for somebody in that capacity, I want to make sure that I coach them along the way so they understand, hey, what's your budget? What are we measuring? Is from a marketing standpoint, are we launching? Is this awareness? Is this another group that I study with calls it visibility, right? So is this a visibility campaign, or are we transitioning the relationship, past visibility and awareness to a purchase point. And that's where we go out of marketing and into sales. So many people confuse it, right? So when you are marketing, I think in terms of finding the people, right? Finding the people, making the people aware. Once they become part of your environment, you want to nurture the people. So I think from a marketing space, I look at it and go, okay, we're launching. How are we building the brand, right? So that would be branding, launching, right? So how are we building the brand? How are we attracting people, right? How are we building awareness of what we do? And then once we have that founding of a list, how do we transition awareness into nurturing? And I do that a lot with email chains and threads and stuff like that. But there's also live space, right? I do, as you see right now, YouTube lives, Facebook lives, things like that, where I talk to the groups and I try to be specific to the needs of who might be on that call. So that's marketing. And then we can take a look at, where the rubber meets the road, right? How are we converting the awareness campaigns and the visibility campaigns and the nurturing campaigns into revenue, sales? And then we start taking a look at that and how we can drive things. I think so many times when I'm talking to folks, and I've made this mistake myself, so I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. We go directly from like branding and launching to sales. We immediately go, I got something. You want to buy it? I got something. How about now? I told you I got something. How come you're not buying it? And we do human nature. We blame the customer. These people don't get it. They're stupid. They don't understand. And what we need to do is be introspective and go, wait a minute. The launch was good. The branding is good. I got a solid product. Sales are not what is expected. What was missing in the process? And a lot of times we tried to fast forward, the awareness, the visibility portion, and maybe we're not giving people a good enough sample. Point in fact, and this is where I am overly transparent with the audience that decides to follow me, and I save these tidbits for the ends of these videos. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, watch to the end. I save these tidbits till the end because I want the people that are really into it, you get the secret sauce. The secret sauce on this is take a look at the Power Sport Academy. It's my #1 project. It's my project. It's my passion point. I love motorcycles. I love everything on 2 wheels. Just look, I got a tool board here full of bicycle tools. I love, love, love working with power sports dealers and helping them grow their business. It's a passion point. So I branded and I launched. I did I did the whole thing. I did a proof of concept. I did everything by the book, and it is solid. It is the best training program that a motorcycle dealership can offer their people, period. It's the best. It's the best. It's better than Ducati. It's better than Suzuki. It's better than Triumph. It's better than BRP. It is, and I know that because I have consulted with all of those people. And so I know that I have the best program, but my sales aren't what I wanted my sales to be. And what I came to realize was I was talking to service writers and service managers and technicians. These are people that I will work with. These are people I will work with once they're in my program. But they're not the customer. See, this is part of this having to understand marketing and understanding visibility and nurturing and who your people are. My avatar. An avatar is a term that you use for who's the specific person you're selling to. The specific person I'm selling to is a quasi-millionaire in his 40s, probably drives a domestic pickup truck, maybe a Toyota Tundra, owns his dealership. It's his pride and joy, if not just a little bit of a pain in his butt. He was an enthusiast for power sports, and he thought, I'll own a dealership. It's a dream come true. I always wanted to do it. And he leveraged credit and a little bit of cash and maybe some family cash to get started. And now I say he's kind of a quasi-millionaire because the way accounting works, he looks like a millionaire on paper, but he's worried every month on if he can actually make payroll for the staff at his building. And I'm just being honest here. Okay. So I'm just throwing it out there. That's my avatar. That's not who I marketed to. That's not who I did an awareness campaign for. In fact, my avatar has no idea in a lot of cases who I am, what I do, or how I do it. And that's on me. The customer's not stupid. They're not naive. They're not lazy. They're none of those things. I skipped the process and I had my avatar wrong. Think about this. I am training service writers and service managers how to improve parts and labor sales at the dealership. Now, just because I know these guys and they know me and they know what I can do, there's this wild assumption that on my part, that they're going to go to their boss and say, hey, can you give Kurt thousands of dollars so he can teach me how to do my job better? Well, that doesn't make any sense. In reality, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense to a service writer or a service manager, because that takes transparency and vulnerability that most human beings will not have. Because let's face it, if they go to their boss and say, I really suck at this job, and they don't suck, but they're going to say, hey, I could do a lot better at this if I had training with Kurt. And the dealer owner is going to be like, I hired you because you supposedly knew what you were doing, and now you're telling me you don't know what you're doing. You see, that relationship is upside down. And so my contact needs to be 2 levels up. I need to be talking to the owner of the motorcycle dealership, and I need to be displaying to him the benefits and the emotional relief that he's going to have when he uses the Power Sports Academy. All the paid Facebook ads in the world aren't going to get me the result that I need with that dealer owner. So we're back to organic. We're back to, maybe I got to make a few phone calls. Maybe I got to send some direct emails. What we are doing at the Power Sport Academy is we're launching a brand new course starting April 1st, Getting Started with Service. It's going to be a free course. Why would I offer a free course when I have paid training available for all these people? The free course, it's like being a drug dealer. How are they going to buy more of my drugs if they don't know how good the drugs are, if they don't understand how good those drugs are going to make them feel? So I'm going to give them Getting Started with Service. People that are new to the industry and people that have been veterans of the industry are going to come into that course, and they're going to come away with some actionable nugget, a little gold nugget that's going to help them increase business for their owner. And then from that, I'm going to say, hey, did we see any gains? They took the free course. Did you see any gains? Did you see any benefits? And I'm going to run it just like I run the paid courses. There's going to be coaching sessions. There's going to be homework. There's going to be things to do. And people that aren't accountable are going to get reported to the dealer owner as not accountable. People that are accountable are going to get reported as, hey, this guy's really knocking it out of the park. I hope you're seeing the results that we are trying to get for your people. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. I know that in today's world with technology and big tech and things that we hear about, the elections and manipulating data and all these things, we come up with this weird magical impression of what the internet's going to do or how we're going to leverage these automated tools. And sometimes you just got to pick up the phone. Picking up that phone and making that phone call is going to generate more revenue for you than spending $2,000 on Facebook ads if your structures aren't in place. Again, depending on your business, depending on your model, depending upon, the consumable nature of the trinket that you're going to be selling, whatever that is. There are times when Facebook ads and YouTube ads and LinkedIn marketing, there's times when all of that makes absolute sense. But if you're coming to me with an idea that you haven't taken action on yet, and you're wondering about buying Facebook ads to make it reality, I'm going to tell you it's probably not time yet. It might be time later, but it's not time yet. We need to work on the foundation. We need to build out the founding features of our building before wallpaper, paint, trim, door handles, things like that. And then once all that's in place and you've got somewhere to deliver your people that you sign up, then do it. Then open the floodgates, and hopefully you get people in and fired up on the product that's ready to support them. It was long today, but I think today was worth it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.